Okay, so who's gonna introduce and host?
I don't know.
Should I just? Hi everyone, welcome to the virtual offline podcast, and today we're gonna be talking about anime. Anime. I'm Fofamet. This is Jamie, and
Hello.
over there is Sly.
Hello.
All right, so what we did is we've cultivated a list of either 9 animes. It could either be like the top anime or just like whatever. And we're going to be talking about animes that we put together. Is that a great way to put that?
All of us are fans of anime, and so we've compiled our top 9 anime that we enjoy, love, appreciate, and we're going to talk about them, compare them, and probably laugh at each other.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, so we should get started. Let's start with Sly. So
No, what? Me?
Yeah, let's start with
Yeah.
Sly.
Oh, but mine's the most obvious.
Okay, I
5,
guess 3, 2,
4.
1.
Open sesame.
Look at that. Look at
The
that.
most obvious choices I've ever
Typical.
seen.
Typical.
Pretty,
There's some
pretty
good
standard.
choices there. So do you want to talk about that?
You guys probably know most of the anime on here. So I guess, yeah, I can start from the very beginning. It was kind of a newer series to me. I started watching it because of Fofa, actually. Great anime. It's called Sket Dance. And really funny. Basically, these 3 high schoolers, they have like this little, the clubs that they have at the schools, typical club kind of thing. But basically, the club does ridiculous things. They don't really do much, but solve problems at the school. And you have your 3 main characters right at the front.
It's like Discount Gintama.
Yeah. Didn't they do a Gintama crossover?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Bosun, or the guy at the very front with the red hat, is best character. He has the best facial expressions. I try to kind of like mimic some of them sometimes, but it's not possible. This is just too perfect. It's very entertaining.
I've actually never heard of this anime.
You've never heard of it?
I don't think I've ever heard of this anime.
Heard of Sket Dance?
Sket Dance?
I don't think so.
It's like a sketch comedy. It's like a sketch comedy show, and like it's
typical
kind of
shonen art. Yeah.
They like it's like these students that get together and they solve problems throughout the school in like an interesting way.
It's really funny. Like it's got a good it gives you good vibes, good feelings. Every case is something really ridiculous, and there's like a variety of things that they have to like overcome, and there's also a lot of personal growth amongst the characters, as well as typical shonen kind of vibes. Main characters each have a past, a history that makes them the way they are. A really, really good anime. I think there's only
I say it's good.
Yeah, 77 episodes or something?
Oh wow, 77?
Yeah.
If you like Gintama, it's not on my list, but it's definitely like one of my top animes, I would say.
Yeah, and I feel like when you first go to watch it, you need to watch like a few episodes to kind of understand what it is, because like when you watch the first episode, you're like, why does he have a computer for his voice? But then you really do understand, and I really love actually the main female character. She's pretty tough, very strong, and very much aware of herself, and she plays field hockey, so that's pretty cool. Who plays field hockey?
Do you want to talk about the next one?
Naruto.
Of course.
Here we go.
Naruto.
Here we go.
Miss Databayo themselves.
Databayo.
So like why okay, can you just tell us why you put Naruto on this list?
I really love Naruto. Everybody knows I love Naruto, but it's not just Naruto, it's Naruto Shippuden as well. And I mean, I understand there's a lot of filler in the anime. I get it.
Yeah.
I do. But I really like the filler. I love the filler. The filler tells you a lot about the characters that you might not see in the main anime. It gives you a lot of historical kind of background to why they do the things they do. There's a really cool arc in the anime, and especially in Naruto Shippuden, that's like an Itachi arc, and it talks about Sasuke's brother.
Sasuke!
And it tells you why Sasuke does, why Itachi does what he does. And it tells you a lot about the growth between Sasuke and Itachi.
Yeah, it's from the one choking scene, remember?
I mean, yeah. Oh, yeah. But like, Naruto, especially younger Naruto, I really connected well to his character. I understood why he was doing the things he did, not just because, it's like, oh, well, he's a kid who's been bullied and nobody likes him, but it was his mentality and his personal growth that I just kind of like really clung on to, and I kind of really enjoy that about him. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I sat there, I cry, I laugh. It gives you a bunch of emotions, and it's generally just a good anime. And I know it gets a lot of hate. They're like, there's like so much filler. Wah. But if you actually pay attention to the story in the filler, there's some good crap there.
Yeah,
There's some good stuff.
I feel like there's a lot
I would
worse
say-
animes to hate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Naruto is like one of those one of the big threes, right? So I think like I have like
I
a
think
love.
people take things out on a fandom too.
Yeah. I think like my relationship with Naruto is very much like of a love-hate relationship. Do you know what I mean? Because like
Yeah.
and most of my frustration was around the filler specifically, because I would be like, I'm so into the story, let me watch the story. Next week on Naruto is pointless filler. We'll be back to our main story in 4 weeks.
But the
Goodbye.
thing is, okay, well, it's not pointless. That's the point. It's not pointless. When you watch the filler, okay, I learned so much more about characters that I was like, oh, you don't really get to see a lot of them, but you know they exist, but now I know more about them. Wow. Thank you for telling me. Or like they go back, okay, so like in Naruto Shippuden, some of the filler, they go back to his childhood and they like you relive certain moments of it and your brain just goes if you just the feels. So many feels.
What about the time where they do recap?
Yeah, those well, I mean,
To be fair, at least it's not as bad as One Piece. Whereas like One Piece would get so bad that out of the 20 minutes of the airtime for the episode, it would literally
It's
be like
the recap.
3 to 5 minutes of new content, and the rest is just like the intro previously on, and like recapping an entire story beforehand.
yeah. That's true. But there is, I remember that. Yeah. 20 minutes of recap, 3 minutes of episode. Great work.
But speaking of great anime that doesn't have a lot of filler, you also have the next one, which is what is that?
Hunter x Hunter.
Hunter.
Hunter x Hunter.
Wait, is that the original or the 20, what is that, 2018, 2011?
The 2011. Yeah, 2011 was great. I mean, they did do a good job in the original release of Hunter x Hunter, but 2011 carried through all the way past the Chimera Ant arc into like the political part of it near the end, which is like pretty much caught up to the anime. So they did from start to end of Hunter x Hunter, because as you know, like the mangaka, he hasn't continued the storyline due to personal health problems and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
that
sad.
that mangaka, oh my gosh.
He's
Like,
married to the
so eccentric. The detailed chicken scene. The chicken dinner
detailed
scene.
chicken scene, yeah.
And like how everything beforehand is just drawn like garbage.
Garbage. He's like, hold on, let me make this chicken dinner the most spectacularly, most detailed, oriented drawing you've ever seen. But before that, let me just draw a smiley face on this character's head.
Okay, so do you know what I'm talking about? Do you know what we're talking about, Jamie?
No, there's a detailed chicken scene. I know that I knew that the mangaka had health problems, but
Yeah.
Is this had to do with? Does the chicken have to do with the health problems?
In one of his serialized, I guess the manga, there is like one 2-page spread of a freaking chicken scene, like a chicken dinner. And it's the most detailed chicken dinner that you've ever seen. Meanwhile, you go back and you're looking through the rest of it and you're like, what? Why does it look like trash? Who drew this? And then the chicken scene, poof, right there, beautiful. But yeah, in terms of the anime, Hunter x Hunter, amazing adventure story, so much. Every arc is so intense. There's so many cool characters that you get to like see from start to finish. And I mean, you have your main group and everything, but you don't just have like, you don't just get to know the main group. Do you know what I mean? Like there's so many cool, even the villains, you kind of fall in love with the villains. You're like,
I was
they are
gonna
bad.
say the only thing I know about this, my sister likes the show too, but I know that
Yeah.
you are a Hisoka fangirl. I'm calling you out.
The next one on the list is kind of I don't know if a lot of people know this anime. I mean, like the art style is pretty popular. Like there's some art that's been up on the internet that's pretty popular, but Samurai Champloo.
Yeah.
It's
I know
yeah.
pretty much everything on your list.
Of
course I know
Samurai,
Samurai Champloo.
Jamie, do you know Samurai Champloo?
Okay, all of my friends love Samurai Champloo, but I never got around to watching it. But I think it's like almost all of my friends' favorite anime. And even some of my friends that don't really like anime have talked about it.
I have to tell you, the English dub of Samurai Champloo is exceptional.
Oh yeah, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, and the music is really what draws you into the series, but like the relationship between the two main characters, it really kind of captures you into the series. You know what I mean? Like I really love Mugen. I really love Mugen. I think he's hilarious. He's kind of a pain in the butt, and Jin as well. And the fact that they kind of bicker back and forth like a married couple makes me laugh. And the music just like it ties everything in. I don't know, when you're watching it and you're enjoying the dialogue, you're enjoying the storyline, and then suddenly you've got this like weird hip hop kind of vibe in the background. You're like, "Oh yeah. Oh yeah." It's really entertaining.
That's like almost like artistically like really cool too.
Yeah. It has
Like
such
the way it's put together.
It's so unique. You know, looking at your list, it's pretty much like all shonen.
I mean, I have a bias, I guess, to shonen anime. I like adventure. I like things that, give you good vibes about characters and you see character growth. I mean, it's the same thing with my like the books that I like to read. If there's no character growth, I don't want to read it. Boo. I want to see something develop, And shonen gives you that. It gives you like the up excitement vibes. It also gives you the down sadness vibes, and like you get this like really good balance. It feels like life, but with more adventure. Like my middle choice is definitely I don't know if it's considered shonen. It's a sports anime.
It's a sports anime, but it's like a shonen sports anime.
Sure, yeah. I mean, Kuroko no Basket has always been a favorite of mine. I started like these are some animes that I started watching probably when I admitted to myself that I was like, it's okay to like anime. And I was watching Kuroko no Basket as it was coming out, and I really like the characters again, and it's basketball. But it's
be honest,
basketball with magic.
I saw all the like so when I first heard about this anime, I was just like I saw all the fan like vitriol around it, and like all like everyone's like so like into the BL for it. I'm just like I'm like
I mean, the BL part may have something to do
long.
with it.
If it ran really long, I think it was like just the right length.
Yeah, I think it ended exactly where it needed to end. You're right. It really did. There wasn't anything more that needed to be done. There was a lot of closure for the characters. Kuroko had some extra skills, and that was what his downfall was. No,
being submissive.
Thus the BL fandom has a field day with this one.
That's just the fan service.
Fan service. Isn't it like that? What is that anime? Free? It's all fan service. Sports? No, fan service.
Wait.
But like speaking of sports anime, I also have Yaomushi Pedal on my list, which you were like, I don't want to watch that,
and
I was
then
like,
I watched it, and it was good.
This is a true sports slice of life anime. Like
it's like you start a basket, but just toned down a bit.
There's no really fan service in this one, though. There's not really a lot of, I mean, like you have the fandom who obviously wants there to be something, but it's very much more so about the sport and this otaku kid wanting to have an anime club, but no one wants to join him, and so he just gets joy from riding his bike, and
sounds
then
like
the bike
someone.
club is like, "Hey, join our club." And he's like, "Oh, okay, I will." And I love the characters. I love the drama in this one. Like, this anime gives you so much excitement. There's always something happening between the characters, and, like, the bike races are the most energetic. I don't even like biking, and I'm like, "Imma watch this." And the bike races are so engaging, and they sing songs as they ride bikes. It's just a bunch of good feels as you watch it, and you're just like, you're drawn to the characters as they're riding their bikes. They're like singing songs, and it's like a joyful ride in the park, but intense, you know?
Have,
I like the feeling of excitement. It makes your heart pump, you know? I love the drama and then the excitement, and then you put the drama and excitement together. And yeah, that's why I like most of these animes, like on this, like, I mean, JoJo. Good God. JoJo is like ultimate hype up ridiculousness that gives you those feelings of like extra power. You're just like, I am all powerful. Like,
JoJo.
I know you hate it. It has a huge following. It's not just me who thinks it's good.
I know. Everyone
It's
likes
because it's
JoJo.
good.
JoJo stands will let you know they're JoJo
They're
stands.
JoJo stands.
You know it when somebody is a JoJo's fan.
So,
No
like,
one believes me
what's your
that I've
stand?
watched like an entire season.
But you watched the Jonathan season, right?
I think I've seen
Is
season
that
one
one
and
not good
two.
enough?
I think I've
No,
seen
no, no,
season
okay.
all of season 1 and 2.
See, okay, but here, listen. The first JoJo, Jonathan, is very different. Okay, every JoJo is different. They're all a different generation of the Joestar
But the
line,
style
or
doesn't change. The anime, like the
what's wrong with the
recipe.
style? Yes, it
It's too
does.
much.
It totally does.
It's too much.
It's not too much. It gets more. It's like as you go along, it gets more. There's more and more and more.
In terms of like the over the topness, right? So like Redline, for example, it wows you with the world and the crisp animation, and it's like hype the entire time. Just pure, unadulterated, like a flat line of hype, but like it goes up and then you stay going up that entire time.
Right.
JoJo is like it's like watching someone having a cardiac arrest on the hype meter. It's like it's up and down all over the place. And like it's really, I find it really inconsistent.
JoJo is not meant to keep you hyped up the whole time. It's meant to show you the depth of the characters in JoJo.
The depth. Okay, Jamie, like, what are your thoughts on JoJo?
On JoJo's? Oh, I feel like I haven't watched enough JoJo's to like have opinion on it. Because I started watching it and then I was very sad that Dio kicked a dog. And I've seen like a couple random episodes, I think, from Anime Club, but I don't know. I like it how it's different, and I like the it's called Bizarre Adventure, and it's bizarre. I don't know. It's just like it's funky, right?
It's meant to be like, it's meant to go through like these different like from the 1800s until like whenever, but it's like every 10 years there's a new JoJo and some other crazy thing is happening, and it's definitely bizarre, and that is the whole point. And like, I think maybe Jamie, you were saying like this is something that I might not have talked about a lot, but Steins Gate is on my list. And have you seen seen Steins Gate?
Wait,
I've seen Steins Gate.
Have you seen the new one, Steins Gate Zero?
No, not the new one. No, I haven't seen the new one yet.
Zero?
No, not yet.
Oh, it's so good.
When I watch Steins Gate, I have to sit down with like a 2-liter Dr. Pepper and just watch the whole thing. So I got to put that time aside.
Steins Gate Zero was exceptional, and the original Steins Gate was just so interesting. You know, like it was wacky, it was hard to follow, the characters were really cool, and the reason it's hard to follow is because like you actually have to really pay attention to what's happening. These small little details, these little comments that happen throughout the anime tie in, you know?
Oh my gosh. Because okay, so like those of you out there who have heard of like the 1 or like 3 episode test, right? Where like you watch an anime and you judge it based on the first 1 to 3 episodes. It's one of those things that you actually have to watch the whole thing, because like it's a time travel anime, right?
Yeah, and there's things happening that kind of lead to it's like, imagine the butterfly effect in an anime, right? And like the science behind it is interesting, and things are happening and changing,
Yeah,
and
it's
the
green
characters
bananas.
are being affected by the choices. Ah, so cool. I have to tell you guys, I read this the other day. Somebody said that if they said their favorite anime was Steins Gate, that they would like not be friends with them anymore. And I'm like, why? It's
Why? It's
good.
so good.
But if you get a chance, Jamie, definitely check out Steins Gate Zero. And it's kind of an in between. Do you know what
Oh
how do
my
I
no,
explain?
like oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's like it's not even a sequel.
No.
That's the craziest thing.
Oh,
It's not even a
It's not a
sequel.
ooh.
It's
sequel.
not a
Mhm.
sequel. It's not a prequel.
You go back,
And you
you
have to watch
watch
the
one,
first season, and you're like, your
stop,
mind just
and you're like,
continually gets blown. You're like,
yeah. It's so well done. It's such a cool series, and the characters are amazing. And I love the art style too. It's like one of those animes you just fall in love with, because if you like science fiction, if you like, I mean, I'm a fantasy science fiction kind of novel person too. So watching something like this, I was like, it's really interesting, the concepts that they're kind of taking from this, you know? Microwaves and Dr. Pepper aside, it's a good anime. Monogatari.
is there
The
like a
Monogatari series.
specific one, or the whole entire series,
Uh
or are you a Nisei Monogatari stands toothbrush scene? Am I right? Am I right?
I really okay, so the whole Monogatari series is a little bit wacky. It's a little bit strange, and it was really hard for me to get into it at first. And I was a little bit like I was like, I don't really get it. I don't really understand what it is. And then as you keep watching it, you kind of learn more about why it is the way it is. There's okay, the art style and how it's portrayed. Have you seen this series before?
I've seen it. I've seen the whole thing.
I actually haven't.
You
I've seen the
haven't?
toothbrush scene. I've
You've
seen
seen
the
it too. Of
toothbrush
course, everyone's
scene.
seen the toothbrush scene. Everyone's seen
Oh
it.
man. I think started watching it a really long time ago, but I didn't keep watching it, and I don't remember anything about it, to be honest.
You know, like when you watch Game of Thrones, right? And you're like in the mood to like
Mm.
really like get into the story and like watch all the small details. Like that's what this entire series is, minus Nisei Monogatari.
I'm kind of a fan, like, if I had to choose one, probably it'd be, like, the Neko Monogatari part, 'cause I really like I mean, I have favorite characters, but it it kind of like some of the episodes take place before, like, the first of the series, 'cause Bakemonogatari is, like, the first one, right? It's all out of order. You never know what you're watching. You're just like, "When is this happening? Is it
Ah,
supposed to be before? After? What is it?"
okay.
Like
So I think the reason why it was aired that way, they chose
yeah.
like what would work, and then also what they can do in their budget. Because like
Right.
when you watch it, it's like super high budget, and like
Yeah.
even though the first one should be like Kizumonogatari, if you've seen wait, have you seen Kizumonogatari?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched it.
Oh, right. It's like it's so like cinematic with all the scenes, and like it's crazy what it looks like, and you can really see why one, they had to split it into three parts, and like two,
Right.
why they couldn't start with it, because it's like
I would say, Jamie, if you have a chance, it's worth it to sit down and watch for the art style alone. The art
Okay.
style of it is really exceptional. Uh, like it has weird okay, so what happens in like the episode, and I don't know if you could like show this, but like things will pop up in the middle that you have to read as you're watching it, and you're like, "What? Huh?" And like it'll be like words that flash across the screen. And then you come back to the characters doing something in weird, like the cinematics. Is that the word for it? The
yeah,
cinematics of
it's
it is,
like
yeah,
it's very visually stimulating.
extremely, extremely, yeah, visually stimulating. But overall, yeah,
But yeah,
it's
overall, I would agree.
I know that you have a favorite Fofa in this one too. You have a favorite character, right? I mean,
Senjo Gahara, right?
well, Senju Kohara, and you also like Shinobu, the what is her name? Kishot?
Heart Underblade. No, I would say Senjo Gahara is like, if I had to choose.
Yes, right. Oh, but Jimmy, you know the song. What is that?
Oh.
Dun,
The nicer
dun,
kid.
dun, 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 dun,
Dun,
dun,
Yeah,
dun,
yeah,
dun,
yeah.
dun, dun, dun. Yeah, that's from this. That's from this anime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was like, I'm trying to think of what it is. It's from this
Da, da,
one.
da, 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 da,
Yeah.
da, da, da.
Don't DMCA us, please.
Oh no.
Okay, let me open up Jimmy's image here. Let me see.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Oh yeah, I know some of these. Oh, of course.
Oh,
I was gonna say.
such good
Of
choices.
course.
I've seen.
Oh my god.
Wait, how many have I seen
Jeez.
on here? I've only seen 2.
I've seen 1, 2,
Only 2?
Yeah.
3, 4. I've seen 4 of her list. 4.
So first on my list, I have Gekkan Shoujo Nozaki-kun. So it is a really, really cute shoujo anime comedy. It's got the cute little short orange-haired girl, and I honestly I picked it because I really related to her. She is like she wants to be like a comic artist, and the premise is she goes to confess to a guy she likes, and then he turns out to be a famous shoujo mangaka, and then he thinks that she wants him to teach, like to be her what's it called, like apprentice.
Mm-hmm.
So there's like a miscommunication where she's actually confessing, and it's like there's so many good characters in the show. I think actually, I don't know, have either of you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
I've seen most of it. Yeah.
Okay,
Because
okay.
we've talked about it before, but yeah, I don't think I finished it though, but I did watch a lot of it. I did like it.
Yeah, there's some really good characters in it, like unique characters that you don't really see in like a lot of anime, I think. I don't know. Like the female characters are really interesting, I think, in this anime.
I think Fofa, you might actually like it a lot.
Yeah, it sounds like the way you're describing it
It's
sounds like something I would actually like.
And it actually has a lot of references to like the creation of like comics, which I think is like really cool. Just to even the references they make, and like they're working on the comics together, and they like make references to kind of like breaking the third wall a little bit jokes, because they're, without spoiling too much, one of like the main guy, he bases a character in the manga off a character he knows, and then they kind of are like, oh wait,
is that me?
you're dramatic. Hold on a second. And like everyone around them is really dramatic in like ways, and then he kind of pulls from all these characters in his life and writes the story about them. And it's just like, oh, it's so good. And I don't know, they kind of talk about like they're all kind of nerds a little bit. Like they're weirdos a little bit, all of them. There's like a drama club person, and like all the different people working on the story too. It's really entertaining. I would really recommend it.
It's been so long. I think I watched it because you did recommend it. I think we watched it at your house actually. I think you're like, I'm going to show you.
I could see that. Yeah, I think it's only like 12 episodes. I think it's a short one. Right. But actually the next one, Beastars, after I finished it, I really, really, really liked Beastars. So I went like read most of the manga that's out so far. So I was like, so good. I haven't seen the second season yet.
Is it out?
There's a second season?
Yeah, it's out in Japan, but it's not on Netflix.
It's not out yet.
On Netflix for like North America. I mean, you guys might be able. It might be out for you guys.
It won't have subs though.
Oh yeah, it only have Korean subs.
True. I watched this like on a whim because I had no idea what it was about, and I think that's the best way to actually go into it. I wouldn't look anything up about it. Though it's really interesting. Not what I expected at all. It has a amazing score. I could just listen to the soundtrack of this show by itself.
The music was good, wasn't it? Yeah. I think you told me about the series, and I think Fofa and I were like, why don't we should watch this. So we think we sat down within like a day and just
we just watched the entire thing.
The whole thing.
Yeah, it's another like very bingeable one. And you will want to watch the whole thing. The episodes are shorter, I think, too. They're not too long. Or maybe I'm thinking of something else.
I think they're like full-length episodes, like 24 minutes or something. Right?
Yeah, they're just paced so well, it just goes by. And then you're like, wait, I watched the whole show.
Yeah.
I did.
I think it was only 12 episodes though.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it does kind of have like there's a little bit of like like it gives you a little bit of room to breathe, but then
Right.
it's also just like whoa, intense. It's a little bit intense.
It's interesting, the relationship between the characters. I think that was
Yeah.
another thing that was like, it's like you're watching it and you're like, huh. It's the development of the relationship, the friendships, whatever. And like, obviously you have your main character who's awesome, way too good. Like the
Yes.
design, the attitude, the voice, everything was just it's so good. Very opposite of what you consider a wolf behavior,
Yeah,
Yes,
that's true.
yes.
That's
And
true.
same with the rabbit actually as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
as you're watching, you're expecting something, and then you kind of learn about the characters, and then it's totally not within your realm of understanding what's happening
Yeah.
at the beginning. Yeah. Ah,
Yeah,
I can't wait for season 2 then. I'm so excited.
oh yes, yes. Oh, I'm so excited. I
Me
can't.
too.
I've
Me
been
too.
holding back because I'm quite a ways further in the manga now. But I've been trying to like, hey, you should watch the show, and then I can't wait to talk about the things that are gonna be in season 2 with like when it comes out. Ooh,
And
I'm
who
excited.
says 3D anime can looks bad, right?
True.
Yeah.
This is a very
Oh.
good example. I was really pleasantly surprised. I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna like the 3D, and then I was like, oh, this 3D is actually really good.
Yeah, it is. It's like the art style of this anime is so beautiful. And you know what? The opening, the claymation kind of, what do you want to call that? That
Oh, it's
Mhm.
so
was
good.
so cool.
What is
Oh
that?
yes, I think Sly would really like this.
is
I think
it?
I don't know if you would like it too, Fofa, but it's also a bingeable show. I watched it in one sitting, I think. It's also one where it's way better to go in blind. Um, I can kind of tell you like the premise a little bit. So it's kind of like it's an
Wait,
orphanage.
what is it called?
It's Promise
Promise
Neverland or
Neverland.
Yakusoko
Oh,
no
I've heard of Promise
Neverland.
Neverland.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. It's also got a really good opening. I think I'd be interested to your guys' perspective about it as teachers because it's a show about the kids. The show is like the characters are children, and I think that's interesting. I think it's really well done. I don't know. I don't want to say anything that's like spoilers, so it's just like I'm really curious. I want you guys to watch it.
You
And
keep
hear what
telling
your-
me to watch
I'm
it.
pretty sure
and
like
you
a
keep
lot of
doing-
the things are either in the synopsis or like the first episode. Like, isn't it like
Mm.
aren't the
Mm.
What? I didn't read the synopsis because I didn't want to spoil myself. What?
wait, is that a big spoiler?
Kind of.
Fufa! Why? Why?
I mean, there's
That's the
more
only
to
thing I
it.
know about the show.
Oh no!
Wait, is that a huge spoiler?
Yeah. There is more to it, but that is like the big thing. Like you'll see it right away. Like, well,
Okay, so now that it's spoiled for me, I'm gonna
It's
go
just the
watch the first episode.
Sly.
Yeah,
First episode.
You're done.
you guys are gonna want to watch the whole thing.
Wait,
Opposite of the scale, you have
Yes.
what is that?
Oh, the all the girls together.
Yeah.
That is the Idol Master.
Idol Master, yeah.
Idol Master.
Jimmy's
I know
life
it's
right here.
expected of me. It's expected. This is like I think Sly expected this.
I did.
What is it?
Yeah. So
I was like,
it
how
is.
many
It is
idol
an
shows are we gonna see today?
yeah. No. This is the one. The one. I feel like. Yeah. I didn't put Idol Master has a very special place in my heart.
Yes.
It does. It's more than the show to me at this point, and that's why it is on my list.
Because you
Though
cosplay
I
these
think
characters
it
a lot
is-
too.
Yes, I cosplayed them a lot, and I made a lot of my cosplay friends through the fandom of this
Yeah.
show. And I've been longtime friends with like them for a really long time. And like themes of the show are kind of friendship and like working together. And it's really, I don't know, it's refreshing to see this type of anime done outside of a school setting. And also like they're idols, so the music, I really like, they all have really unique voices, I'd say. They're not all like, that's not to drag the other popular idol anime,
Is
but
is it similar to what's that?
well, the
Love
really
Live?
popular one is Love Live, but
No.
I
There's another
like
one with
Idol Master
guys.
more.
There's another one with guys.
Oh, Utapri?
Yeah, was it like Udapri?
No, no, because Idolmaster doesn't have like a love interest. They have
Udapri
a
is like
main
a
guy
game,
right?
is their producer, but he's not like their love interest.
Yeah.
It's like K-On!
He's like their
in that
manager.
essence, right?
Yeah, there's not really like guy characters. Actually, you know what? Funny, actually, interesting about Idolmaster, the girls in this unit, which is the OG.
Unit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's
Idol
there's
Like a
other
military
seasons.
school.
Well,
You know,
yeah, there's
Fofa's
kinda,
never
like,
seen
in
idol
idols-
shows when.
in idol culture, there's like units. You can have like units and subunits in like groups. So they're not like totally like, they all work at the same company, but they're not like a K-pop group. Like they all work at put a K-pop. They all work at SM, but they're not all in Girls' Generation.
Right.
They have like little units that are together. Like one group is Red Velvet, one group is.
I wonder if you would like it, Fofa. I don't know if
I wouldn't.
yeah, I don't
You
don't
might not.
think
You might not. It's not for everybody.
Yeah. I mean, I know I've seen a few episodes because you've definitely showed me a few. I mean, I don't know. I enjoyed Love Live when I watched it. I liked Wake Up Girls when we watched it together. I remember the first maybe 4 or 5 episodes of Idolmaster and I liked it. I don't know.
I think I would be more into Wake Up Girls because it shows the darker side of things, right?
Mm-hmm,
That sounds interesting to me.
Yeah.
I like dark things.
I think with Idolmaster 2, I think a lot of people relate to one of the characters and then they kind of really, really like that character.
Right.
I think that's the kind of the experience I've had with a lot of my friends that like it.
The middle one looks super familiar though, Jim. I don't
Wait, is that Kimi no Todoke?
Yes.
Okay, I know
What-
this one.
what
I've
is
seen
that?
It. I've seen it.
It's also really, it's so cute. Kimi ni
It's more
Toroke.
like that. It's a slice of life romance.
What is
Yes.
it called in English?
I don't think it has an English
Is it like My
title.
Heart, Your Heart?
From Me to You.
Ah, From Me to You. Ah, yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
I have
Yeah, I've
never
seen that.
seen this.
I've seen
It's
that.
an older anime, but I think it actually still holds up because one day I was like, this is like a comfort anime for me. It is so freaking cute. It is about this the girl. She's misunderstood because her classmates think she looks like
The Ring
Sadoko
girl.
from
Yeah,
The
yeah,
Ring.
yeah.
So they think she's scary and they don't go near her, but she's actually just like the cutest, most wholesome, like adorable girl. And she's like, "Oh, I just scare everybody away."
Yeah.
Just a
Aw.
little, but like it, I don't know, something about it. Whenever I see it, I just like get warm fuzzies because I think at that time I like really when I watched it, I really related to like the aspect of her like getting bullied and then
Ah.
making friends. I don't even remember him as much, to be honest.
Yeah.
All characters are all
I agree
really
with you
good.
there.
Like
Yeah.
her two friends.
I think
two
a lot of
friends
us
are the
like
best relationship.
anime that just has to deal with like characters overcoming something, you know? Like it doesn't like that's why I really liked Naruto was because he was bullied by everyone and overcame it. So it's like the same with this girl. She's trying to overcome being bullied by everyone and make friends, right?
Yeah. I think I do remember kind of like what Fofa said. Like I think there's some points like now that I would rewatch it, I'd probably be like, don't be such a pushover, girl. Like tell him. Because that's how I felt a little bit watching Fruits Basket too recently.
Oh, Fruits Basket. Yeah. The
Mhm.
new one. I like it though.
But yeah, Kimi no Todoke, it's pretty good. I like it anyway.
What's
Mhm.
the
Mine is
genre? What
cute.
is it considered?
It's like romance.
Slice of life. Is that next one Soul Eater?
No.
Death Parade.
You don't know what Death Parade?
No, I don't know Death Parade.
What?
Fofa, how have I never watched this with you? Death Parade is so good. Yes,
I'm like,
Jamie, for putting it
kinda
on your
looks
list.
Like it could be Soul Eater.
Oh my gosh.
No,
Death Parade.
'Cause I haven't seen all of Soul Eater.
Death Parade I don't think is it's not like a shoujo or a shonen. It's kind of like its own thing. It deals with a lot of good and evil and judging good and evil. It's one of those other ones where like you don't want to say what it's about without spoiling it. But I wrote interesting world. It's a really interesting world. It's more than what it seems at first glance. It's a bar.
Right.
But in the first episode, when you watch it, you don't actually know that that's what's going on. It's just two characters walk into a bar. But it's interesting because it deals with like where you think people are going to be black and white, but people are more gray in the middle.
Oh, that sounds interesting.
It's really, I think
It
actually,
really does.
Fofa, you would probably like it. Like it is really good. The music.
Yes.
Oh,
So
yes.
out of all the ones that you've pitched, Jamie, that I haven't seen, that sounds like my jam so far.
Yeah, and even
good.
it's this is one where if I were to pick any anime, okay, actually maybe this one and then the next one, if it could have a second season, Death Parade, Death Parade, please. It's also kind of episodic, but there is like an overarching story as well, and the world behind the bar and the arbiters are really interesting.
And I think the arbiters
love to know
are
more.
interesting too.
Yes.
Like the actual characters that kind of oversee everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're really cool. The character backgrounds in this show, amazing. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
It's also very pretty.
You're right. Yeah, it is. I love the art style. I love the clothing. I love the music, the soundtrack. The idea of this story, this anime is phenomenal.
Okay, what's the next one? What is that? It looks very shoujo.
Yeah, so actually it's interesting that you said that because this shoujo actually kind of plays out more like a shonen.
Oh.
It has a lot of action in it. It's Akatsuki no Yona or Yona of the Dawn.
Okay.
I've heard of this.
I feel like it's so underrated. I never hear people talk about it. I watched it on a whim one day and I was like, "Oh my god, I love this show." It starts off with the female protagonist, like a lot of times in like reverse harem-y type animes, I really don't like the main character because they feel like such a blank slate to me. And if they're boring, I just like can't really get into the show a lot of the time. But this character has a rocky start where she's kind of weak, she's kind of a crybaby, and then just flips it on its head. Like she grows so much in just like the time in the anime. And also the main guy in this show, oh my god, he is so good. Ultimate Hazubando, #1 for me. I love him so much. And it's just like, it's funny, it's entertaining, all the characters are so interesting, and the story is interesting. It takes place in like an ancient Asian style civilization. She's the princess, and she actually is she's the king of dragons kind of thing. She comes to, like, people think she's the king of dragons because of her red hair, and she's able to summon these dragon spirit people, and she goes on a journey kind of looking for them after something happens to her. And so like each of the dragon characters have these like cool powers. Like one has really strong arm, one has really strong legs, so it kind of like, that's like shonen-y, right? It's really action, like more action-y based in that sense, but it's technically a shoujo.
You know what this reminds me of? The way you're describing it, this anime that I saw, because the same thing happened to me. I just like, what is this? I'll just pick it up because it's like a similar setting, and it's like, it sounds like it's the same. It's called like it has like a really long name. It's called Uraware Rumono. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. What is the English name? Does it have an English name?
What? I don't know what you just said.
Oh my gosh, it's based on an adult game. No, I've only seen the anime. There's no English name.
What is it called? It's based on an adult game.
I didn't know it's based on an adult game. Of course it's based on an adult game. Of course.
Utaware Rumono.
There's no English.
Okay.
There's no English name. But yeah, it totally reminds me of that, what you're describing. It sounds like
because
really
you're looking
into
at the game. You need to look at the anime called The False Faces.
So yeah, that sounds super awesome.
Yeah, that's like the gist of it. Yeah, it's a short series as well. Wish it had a season 2, but
How many episodes is it?
I want to say okay, let me just look. Oh, 24. So it's not super short, but it cuts off on a really weird spot, but actually the manga follows it almost beat to beat, and you can pretty much pick up the manga right where the anime ends, at least.
Okay.
Okay. Which is nice.
I feel like
That's good.
I've seen some of these characters before. Like I think I know it, but I don't. Like,
yeah,
I've
I think
never
I've
seen
honestly
it.
sent them to you, being like, "Will you cosplay this with me?
Oh, please cosplay this character.
You would like this character."
Is
Yeah,
it
I
the
think you
character
would
with
like
the blue hair and the red.
yes, the
thing
blue
on
hair
it?
with the little red things on his
I
face.
knew it. I knew
Yes.
it. I was looking at him
Yes.
this whole time. I was like, I like the way
You're like,
he
I
looks.
know that. I know that. Yeah, probably because I'm like, hey, you want to cosplay this with me? You like it. It's
You
very
like
good.
it.
It's very nice. Here we go.
Sounds
What
so
is this?
funny.
yeah.
What is this next one? School Rumble.
Oh, School Rumble. You guys have never
School
seen
Rumble.
I've never seen
School
it.
Rumble. It's so
I know
good.
the last
It's
one on
so
your
so
list,
good.
though. I know the last one. I haven't seen it, but I know what it is.
I've seen
You've
School
never
Rumble.
seen Code Geass? Oh, you've seen I'm
What
so
is
glad
School
you've
Rumble
seen
about?
School Rumble.
School Rumble.
So
yeah.
it's the main characters, Tenma and Harima. So Harima is the guy on the far right, little head peeking out there, and Tenma is the girl in the left front. They're both stupid. And she likes this other guy and he likes her, and they're both just stupid and just they're just both so dumb, but it's so funny and cute, and all their friends are really likable, and it's just like a goofy time.
It's
There's
romantic
so many-
comedy, right?
Yeah, it's a romantic
Yeah.
comedy.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
To be honest, Fofa, I think you'd kind of like it. Like it's actually really good. It's funny. There's like this like romantic thing to it, but it's also really just
Like it's like a sitcom.
it's like a sket dance kind of vibe.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
down. I'm down for that.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like this other one, like that kid who can't socialize that pairs up with like the student council president.
Okay.
Okay. But
Sounds-
yeah, it's
sounds-
like
The
what,
the main guy
25,
character is
26
like really
episodes?
different too. He's kind of a thug, but he likes the cute little girl, but she's actually just so stupid. But he's also stupid. Like they're
Yeah.
both just really dumb. So he's trying to do things to like pursue her, and she's also like trying to do things to pursue this really boring guy that like this like funny guy. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so funny and just crazy and a good time. Our friend recommended it to you, and I knew that friend also talked to me about it too. We talked about it a bit.
I think I've read some of the manga as well. So I mean, like I remember it's been a long time since I've seen it, but I do remember quite enjoying it, and I know it's really funny. It gives you, like I'm saying, Fofa, like definitely like comedic, romantic, dumb like
Just dummies.
good.
They're so dumb.
Yeah. But like good dumb, you know what I mean? Like good
yes.
dum-dums. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I already know this last one. The last one is
Yes.
basically Code Geass. It's on my list of animes to see, and basically it's what I know about it is essentially it's Giga Brain anime. It's all about being
Gundam!
5-headed Giga Brain. Right?
Kind of. Giga Brain. Giga Brain. Giga Brain. Have you seen Death Note?
Yeah, I've seen Death Note.
I would say this is like a more rounded out anime Death Note.
Yeah, I know a lot about it, but like I don't want to accidentally spoil anything.
Okay,
So, like,
okay.
I'm not gonna I'm like
Yeah.
What I do know is that one person does something, and then it has unintended consequences, and it really well he stirs up a lot of there's a lot of shit happens because of that.
Yeah.
He
So this
Giga
one
Brains
again
himself.
kind of deals with like it's not black and white, it's kind of in the
gray
in the
area.
gray again, where there's like kind of two ideas, but like it's not quite either is not quite as it seems, but then the main character has a power that kind of he can use to, I don't know, influence things and he kind of has to big brain it, like chess master. He plays chess and he's like, I'm so smart, but he is a lot more likable than a lot of those like smart characters, that sometimes you're just like, oh.
Not like,
I mean,
Light
my
is the character that
nickname
you
for
love
him
to
is
hate.
not very nice.
You like Light, and then you learn to love to hate Light by the end.
Yeah, he's
it's not like that, right?
Kind of like that, but not quite. Not quite, I'd
okay.
say.
I mean,
a little bit more
I would say I hated Lelouch.
Really? You
I
hated Lelouch?
him.
I called him.
Wait, isn't it Lelouch?
I don't think there was ever a moment where I hated Lelouch, but there was points where
I called him Ledouche for a reason. Like
Ledouche, no. Oh yeah, it's funny because it's like kind of the themes of Death Note, but there's like school, there's Gundams, there's just everything, and it does, I think, wrap up nicely. I know there's like newer stuff that just came out too as well. Right. I haven't seen any of that, but from I think it's like which two? I think I've seen the older sequel. But yeah. It's got really cool characters as well. Yeah. Besides just the main ones.
It's also the animation style is interesting too. Like it's very it feels like Clamp.
Yes.
Is it Clamp?
Is it? It might be.
Oh my gosh. It's on my list and I don't even know.
We'll find out later.
Okay.
Clamp.
Clamp.
It is.
Oh, it is.
Oh.
I don't know why I thought it wasn't for some reason, but it makes sense.
Done by Clamp. It makes sense. Yeah.
It makes sense.
Everything by Clamp is good. Top tier anime. Clamp.
Clamp.
Yeah. I'm actually really surprised that Code Geass is on your list, Jimmy. I didn't expect that.
A lot of them I picked because I would of rewatchability and recommending. Along with like personal, because it's one that I think if I was getting somebody into anime, I would consider putting it on. Right. Be like, hey, watch this one. Because it kind of has a bit of everything. Yeah. And I think it's one where when you rewatch it too, there's more you notice. I love that when there's like the foreshadowing and shows and you're like unraveling more of like what you didn't notice the first time.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So open mine in 3, 2, 1. So I chose mine based on how it's influenced me or my taste in anime in some way. So I'm not gonna really go in these in order, but like if you look in the top right, so that one is Noir, which is the very first anime that was recommended to me and the first anime I've ever watched. And let me tell you, if you like anime, this is not on the list because I like it. But if you enjoy anime that has a lot of still frames, that recycles the same music track every episode, and has a story that feels like it's been written by someone in middle school, you will enjoy this anime. But basically, the reason it's on here is because when I got into anime and I watched this, and someone's like, you just need to watch the whole thing, and I watched the whole thing, I'm just like, is this what anime is? And like, I didn't want to watch any more anime after that. Like, it's that bad. And like, do you know what I mean? It's like a lot of the action scenes too are undercut by like how little frames they are in there, right? So that's why that's on there, because essentially that put me off anime for quite a while. Then I would say like the first anime that like really kind of got my interest, but it was like almost a similar thing, was Hack Sign. Wait, has anyone here seen Noir?
No.
Okay,
I don't even know.
This is making me want to watch.
Don't watch it. No. Don't watch it.
Okay. Don't watch it.
Okay, what about Hack Sign? Has anyone seen Hack Sign or played the game?
Is that the one with the wolves on it?
No, the top left.
First one.
Top left. First one.
The first one. I think I saw some episodes. I don't think I watched the whole series, but I watched some of it when I was a wee jam.
Yeah.
Hack
Okay,
sign.
so Hack Sign is essentially like the OG Sword Art Online.
Wait, is this part of the Dot Hack series?
Yeah, the Dot Hack series.
Oh.
And basically the premise is like they playing a video game, they wake up and they realize they're trapped in a video game, and it goes to like really dark places. But I don't know, like I think a lot of it was more reliant, like when I watched it, I was like, it feels like I'm missing something, and like what I didn't realize I was missing is that it's based on a video game. But I really like the concept of like being stuck. So like that's like one of the animes that I was like, that's really kind of like interesting in terms of the concept of it.
Mm-hmm.
But like Wolf's Rain, it's kind of like a very like 80s, it has like an 80s retro dystopian future vibe to it.
Are they wolves?
Yeah, so it's like it's based in the
Oh.
future.
Are they like werewolves?
No, it's like based in the future of the so it's based in the future where like humanity has wiped out nature, and wolves are like the last bastion of nature, and like as the guardians for the most part. And they've learned to like disguise themselves as humans to not get caught.
So why did you like this anime? Why put it on your list?
I thought that the anime was like very, looking back on it now too, it's like nothing I've ever seen. It was very like, it felt like very high art. It had that high art feel, very high concept, and it had like 80s like rock music to it.
Ooh, yeah.
Like I can't, I wish I could play it on YouTube, but like, you know, DMCA. Like I think even just humming it is like enough to have that happen. But wait, I can like find it and send it to you guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see?
Sounds like 80 music. It sounds like a Buffy episode. I don't like.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh my god.
80s 90s vibe. I get you. Oh yeah. All right. I'm feeling it. It's good though.
Like I wouldn't say
All right.
Wolf's Rain is like one of those animes that I would recommend to people, but I would say it's kind of shaped how I view anime, not as just like this like cheap budget cookie cutter thing.
Right.
Or like for kids kind of thing.
Yeah, or like for kids, because like this is like not meant for kids at all, even though I watched it as a kid.
How old were you when you watched it?
Grade 10?
Okay.
Okay.
That's not so bad. And what about the next one on your list?
So the next ones are more recent.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm coughing on Jammy.
Okay, I know. I kind of figured like most of the ones that are now on your list, I know.
So
like I knew that some of them would be on your list.
Yeah. So there's Steins Gate, which is like, I mean, it's based on a visual novel, and it's one of those like most people have like that 1 or 3 episode rule, and I would say this definitely passes the 3 episode rule, but like you won't get the hype until you watch the entire thing. And like I know everyone says this about every anime that they like, but like it's a time travel anime. And like let's just say the time travel elements pay off super well in Steins Gate.
It is, yeah, it is such a good anime. It's one of those ones like I remember like it's in my top 9 too, right? Like it's one of those, there's just something about it. Like I remember watching it, and it was not the first episode, not the second episode. Like you like the characters in the first couple episodes, but I think it like really hits you when you you watch the whole thing and you're like, what? Like, it's kind of like that.
Yeah, it's from like these quirky like, we're high schoolers doing these fun experiments to secret government agencies are after us, and you're like, what? How did this happen?
Yeah. My friends made me binge watch it. When I watched it, they're like, you have to get to Steins Gate. And then they sat me down with a 2-liter of Dr. Pepper. And they're like, we're going to Steins Gate, Jammy. I'm like, okay.
With the bottle of Dr. Pepper?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
and then they're mad because I wanted to take bathroom breaks. Dude, you gave me a 2-liter of Dr. Pepper. Duh.
You're not allowed. You must watch start to finish, nonstop.
You must. It's
Not
the
allowed.
one bladder challenge.
No, the one bladder
It
challenge.
turned into a gel manor.
How many animes have you
Gel
seen on
manor.
one bladder?
And the one in the center,
Oh, can I talk about like
I
the next?
love.
So,
Yeah, of
I would say
course.
in the center there's Redline, and then there's also Bakemonogatari, which is part of the Monogatari series. And
Yeah.
those two animes are like the most. I would say they're both very visually stunning, and like
Right.
I would say Redline is a movie, and it's like it's an anime that's essentially like
Okay.
it doesn't have a lot going on in terms of plot. Let's be honest.
What?
Like in terms
I
of like
felt like
a
it had
narrative
plot.
plot, but like it's very like not hand holding in terms of its plot. It delivers the plot through the world
Right.
building. Just pure excitement.
Excitement.
And it's like basically it's like, you know how sometimes a roller coaster is like you have to go up, 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 then drop, right? This anime
There's no
is just
drop.
all drop.
Oh.
All drop, all
Oh,
excitement.
it's not. I think it's like that. It's just, I would say it's like when you're at the top and you're just waiting for the drop to happen. I feel like that's Redline. You're on the edge of your seat the whole time, waiting for the whoop down part. No. It's like if you think of it about it like a storyline, it's that rising action and the climax, it's like 100% climax the whole bloody time. It's like,
That's what she said.
at least really? Really? I mean, like I think that was one of the first anime we watched together. And it still sits in your head. Like you watch it once and you never forget it because it's so exciting.
Jamie,
Whoa.
out of the anime on this list, I really think you'd like Redline. You would like Bakuman, which we're going to talk about later. I think those two you'd really, really like.
I think she would like March Comes In Like a Lion as well, to be honest with you.
But it's not on the list.
Oh. Oh, Kids on the Slope. The next one. I think she would like that too.
Yeah, so back to the Monogatari. I would say Monogatari is also very visually stimulating, but it's also super dialogue heavy, but it does it in a way that is interesting and it holds your attention. But it's definitely one of those animes that you have to sit down and be like, I'm ready to soak in information. And like you will be rewarded. Kind of think about it like the Game of Thrones of it's not ecchi
the Game
anime.
of Thrones. Well, like it's how do you describe it?
Well, it does have that. It's like the
but
Game
it's
of
not
it's like the
focused on
Game
that.
of Thrones of harem anime that's slice of life with action and fantasy elements.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's meant for like a mature audience. It's very dialogue heavy. There's a lot of character relationships in terms of dialogue and like interactions happening. And then there's fan service.
Dialogue is like the exposition, right?
Yeah,
like the exposition happens through it's kind of like you sit there and you're like, what is even happening right now? But you understand what's happening, but it's like flashes of boom, 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 text, boom, word, boom, dialogue, boom. And you're like, like your brain is like in overload. I mean, like, I think this is on both of our lists for a reason. I know Fofa's favorite character is the one in the picture right now. Yes? Your favorite character?
Oh, yeah.
Hello. Yeah, your favorite characters in the picture. Yeah. And I feel like the characters are very memorable in this anime too.
All right, we also have so the other three that are on the list is we have Kids on the Slope, which is and then we also have Bakuman, which kind of fall in like the same category. They're like very slice of life. It feels like you get to experience like a real life person's story. And it follows like their everyday lives, their goals, their dreams, their aspirations, and like you get to grow along with the characters as they progress through the series, which I find really great. And the key difference between the two is Kids on the Slope. I would say a post World War II Japan. it's a coming of age story of, I guess, someone who's learning to let go, to explore more about himself. So he's like a classically trained pianist, very in his own head. Then he gets exposed to the world of jazz, and like the whole movie is about his journey through jazz music and how that affects like his life around him.
It's so good though. It's really I love the music in it. I love the characters. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
I was about to ask then if like there's jazz, if it was like
Like
mixed in
jazz.
with the soundtrack.
Yeah, there is jazz. They actually feature like real. The thing about these two animes that I'm talking about, Bakuman and Kids on the Slope, they actually like give you real information. They actually show you real life songs, and like when you watch it, you really feel like whoever wrote the manga for these animes, it feels like they actually had a passion for these things, and they chose anime and manga as their medium to express it.
So why did you choose this anime? Like besides the fact like it's amazing, why is this on your top 9? What influence did it have on you?
It's josei anime. I like josei anime. That's my genre.
That's your genre.
Yeah.
I feel like we each have our own little genre kind of pool, right?
Mm-hmm.
How would you classify yours? So you said josei fofa. Jam, what would be yours?
Oh, fluff. I don't know. Though actually some of mine is kind of it's like fluff and some of it's like a little bit spooky though. Cuz I guess like
Yeah.
Beastars and Death Braid's not fluff. That's not fluffy. Or Code Geass.
No.
Fluff and life
Fluff and life.
and death.
I've never seen Bakuman Fofa. I don't know what that is.
So Bakuman is another like kind of slice of life, but also kind of think of it like a shonen anime that's slice of life about two high school friends who want to become mangaka. So like one person's really good at art, one person's really good at stories. So like, and then basically they're both like, one person's like so good at art but doesn't know what to do with their life, and the other one is really really good at writing, like award-winning like creative short story kind of writing, like a novelist. And then like they're bored with their situation. All of a sudden they like meet and they're like, let's become mangakas. And then they basically dedicate their entire lives to becoming a mangaka, and it shows like what it's like to start, how everything works, and the like the ins and outs of the industry. And it really feels like when you're watching this, you're not only getting a great story, you're getting to know the characters, but you also get to learn how mangas are made. You can see in the back, like one of the other characters there, like that's one of their wives that like they've met throughout their journeys, and like she becomes an integral part of like everything that they do, which is great. She doesn't become like a throwaway side character, which is what I like.
It's kind of funny how both of us had like not the same story, but stories about like or animes about people making their own mangas.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have, what is the other one that, what is the...
Genkan Shoujo Nozaki-kun.
Ah, yeah, Nozaki-kun. Right.
Mm-hmm. That one is really silly though.
Yeah, this one's like very based in reality. And like one of the small story arcs in it was like them like trying to get an anime, trying to turn one of their mangas into an anime. And oh, what's so great too is that like you also get to see their story like forming ideas, and like they're obviously writing mangas in this anime, and like some of the stories that like they get into, you're like, oh, I wish this was a real anime. I wish this was a real manga.
It's like, please make this into a thing. I wonder if they like actually have like them fully fledged out somewhere. Maybe in the maybe.
One of them really reminded me of Death Note.
And
then the last one is Clannad / Clannad After Story. So I remember watching a review on it, and it was like one of those summer breaks where I was at home alone for the whole summer, and I'm just like, I need something. So I watched After Story first, not realizing that there was another anime before it called Clannad. It's one of those animes that's like, it starts off like a typical, like, how do I say, like a slice of life, light
Slice of
comedy
life.
harem, where like the one male character, the protagonist, is making all these female friends while like keeping everything pretty wholesome. Do you know what I mean? And then like there's the one like straight man, I guess would be the best way to be it, Tsunohara, who's like his best friend throughout this entire thing. And then after like about I would say like a quarter of the way through, like where most animes would just end and be like, okay, high school's over, let's get on with our lives, bye, goodbye, credits roll. This is like, it just continues. You get to just experience like this, the maturing of I guess like the main couple's relationship, as well as what happens to their friends around them. And like they don't hold back any punches. Like,
Nope.
things hit hard when they happen, and things are also great when good things happen. So like, for example, when like Tsunohara's sister comes to visit, and there's like that whole arc that happens there. Have any of you seen this?
No,
You
I haven't.
forced me to watch this, and you told me you're like, now Sly, I know you don't cry, but you're going to cry. You're going to cry. And I was like, I'm not going to cry. And you're like, you're going to cry. And I just remember sitting there
Cry.
crying the whole time. And I was not just like a little bit crying. Like I had, like, even now, oh no. It's one of those animes that just catches you in the chest and you'll never forget it. Oh god, and the stupid song, the stupid Dango
Oh yeah, it hits
song.
like
I
right in the
hate-
feels every time you hear it. The Dango
Every
song.
time. It's been like how many years, and I'm like, I still feel as emotional as I did the first time we watched it.
That's what I heard. I remember
Yeah.
watching a little bit of someone doing a playthrough of it.
Don't play the visual novel.
Don't play
I'm
it.
sorry.
Okay.
Those of you don't watch the visual novel.
Okay, watch the anime.
Yeah.
If you want to have your heart just ripped from your chest forever, watch this anime.
Oh my god, don't watch the movie though. Don't watch the movie.
No.
The movie is so bad.
No.
Is it?
No.
Yeah. Put it this way.
Does it ruin it kind of thing?
Put it this way. The anime probably gives you the best route, because it's based on a visual novel, so it gives you the best route. And then the movie gives you the worst possible route.
Bad ending movie.
Bad ending movie. I feel like After Story is a good after story to the main anime.
Yeah.
Like once you finish watching the main anime and then watching After Story afterwards, I think I felt really angry. But I understood its purpose, but I was just angry and sad. Angry and sad were the two feelings I felt watching that anime. But yeah, it's definitely, I can understand why it's on your list, Fofa, 100%.
On my list, there's like this is a bit of a surprise, but Idolmaster actually has a part of it that makes people cry. It's a really sad part and really emotional. Surprising.
I hate crying in anime. I feel like the idol, like you were talking about Idolmaster and how it's more like it's not Love Live. It's not just about the singing. It's about like the actual life of an idol, right? You were talking about that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Wug I was talking about is like a little bit, that one is like rough at times where it's like, whoa, this is like being an idol is hard, where it's like Idolmaster is a little bit more up and down, but it does have like, they're not all best friends, and they have parts where they're jealous, and like they have more emotion to it than just like, we're best friends and we're gonna make an idol group. Teehee.
Fofa, are you one to cry in anime?
Never.
Never.
Yeah, right.
Never.
Yeah, right.
Did you cry during
Yeah.
Planet?
Maybe.
I can name off my head 2 anime that I have seen you cry in, 2. And both of them you made me watch and made me cry too, so
She's like, oh, this one made me cry. I'm gonna make Sly watch it now.
Yeah. But anyways, that's for another episode.
True. Ooh, good idea. Animes that make
Okay.
you cry.
Of each of your lists, what would be the like the one that you would like. I know we recommend
Mm.
basically most of them on the list except for the one you talked about, Fofa.
Was it
Red
Noir?
Line.
Don't watch it because it's
Red
bad.
Line.
Yeah,
Red
pick
Line.
one. Red Line.
I recommend Red Line. Jamie, what would you recommend?
Yeah, what would you
Oh,
recommend?
out of my whole list, that's so hard. I feel like maybe Beastars. Beastars.
Beastars is
It's
good.
it's
Beastars
recently
So good.
it's newer. It's really different and not what you would expect from it. And it's just like really, really good.
If I have to choose one, most likely Samurai Champloo, the English dub. I would recommend that because music is really good, the characters are really good, the animation style is really interesting, and I also think it's very visually impactful, if that makes sense. Like I really like the art style in Samurai Champloo, and I think the way that they do like the shadows or some of like the posing for how the characters are and like you know what I mean?
And
Top
everyone should
9
let us know what their favorite animes are too, or top
Down in the
9.
comments below.
What do you like?
What do you
And
like?
did you take one of our suggestions and watch them? Tell us what you thought, right?
Yeah.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And thanks for watching.